Today we're going to take a walk through of the new Rosamond Elementary School. It's on Glendower, and it was completed at the last of 2017. And now the Superintendent Jeffrey Weinstein, the one that found the money and oversaw the building of it, is going to give us a personal walkthrough. Well, we're here today with Superintendent Jeffrey Weinstein, and we're standing in front of the new Rosamond Elementary School, and we're going to start with the kindergarten there over your shoulder.
Yeah, so the school itself opened in August of 2017. We house or educate 1,000 children at the school, ranging from pre-K all the way to TK, kindergarten, all the way up to 5th grade. And the first area you get to see is, at a distance, is our kindergarten area. Kindergarten area currently has 4 classrooms that are open, with 2 classrooms in the general education area. You can see they have their own area with their own play area, own little field. Nice, great building. We're actually adding 4 classrooms to this area, and so the entire school is about 90% complete. We're duplicating this building. We're building a second building that looks exactly like this building right next to it. And so we're actually going to have 8 kindergarten classrooms in one area, and we have to do that now because the Rosamond community is growing so fast, and we are growing the fastest with the youngest children. So we're seeing the biggest growth and the biggest enrollment from kindergarten, so we're doubling the size of our kindergarten area, and we're very excited about it.
And that enrollment increase is obviously going to track through the whole district.
Absolutely.
So you're going to be building schools.
Yeah, we definitely see the growth at all grade levels, but primarily at K through 3 is where the major growth is. And of course, as the years go by, those children will be getting older, and our 4th grade will grow, 5th grade will grow, and we keep pre-enrollment already. We're in January currently of 2018. Pre-enrollment for August of 2018 is already up from previous years.
Good. Well, let's go take a look.
Absolutely.
Oh, I wish I was a kid again. This is like going to Disneyland in Rosamond.
Yeah, so this is a great apparatus for the kids to play on, and of course the flooring here is a cushioned flooring, specialized rubber for the kids, all-weather rubber. And if we pan right next door to the building, you can see construction. And in March of this year, we will be duplicating this building right next door, and then doubling the size of the play area also. So there'll be a total of 8 classrooms, which I had mentioned earlier. And we're real excited about that too, and that will be open. The new building will be open at the start of the new year, August 2018.
Marvelous.
Look silly on Siamese cats. Yep. See, the pigs are wearing hats. They're pirate pigs and they're police pigs. And sheep don't take showers. Goats never shave. And you won't find a bathtub inside of a bear's cave. Is that funny?
So we can do a quick, so each of our kindergarten classrooms are designed for...
Let's start again. Stand in here out of the wind because
Sure. It gets it again.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
each of our kindergarten classrooms have their own bathrooms, as well as own separate work areas for children in them, as well as a centered area. All classrooms, obviously, are carpet. They have cubbies, as you saw in there. There's also plenty of room for doing things on the floor, in play area, reading areas, and stations for learning. So we're very proud of the way the classrooms are designed. Also, they have state-of-the-art technology. They have all integrated technology into the projectors, as well as their whiteboards and learning centers.
Each has its own bathroom.
Each classroom in kindergarten has its own bathroom.
I see. Boys and girls, or?
Oh, well, it's one bathroom for both boys and girls.
I see. Okay. Good. And how many students per class?
We keep kindergarten at 24 or 25 students per class, 25 maximum. We try to keep it between 22 and 24. Obviously some classes are 25, 24, 23, but it's all right in there, which is really the goal of the state, is to keep classes of kindergarten through 3 to 24, and we do that here at our schools.
Sure. And the age requirements?
Well, the age requirements are kindergartners are 5 years old, and they turn 5 by September of 2000 of the year they attend.
I see. Marvelous. This multi-purpose room or cafeteria, or?
This is our multi-purpose room and cafeteria designed to hold 860 people, which is twice as big as every other cafeteria within the district. So it's the largest building in the district to date. Obviously, you can see we have one of the larger stages, state-of-the-art sound system throughout. It's designed not only to be a great big cafeteria, but it's also designed to be an entertainment place where our kids can do performances like in most schools. And we can also do movie nights and things like that here. Obviously our kitchen is brand new. Here we have 4 lunches that are done throughout the day. So we serve breakfast and dinner here for those in the after-school program, those in the before-school program. But during the middle of the day, we actually serve 4 lunches going by grades. The youngest go together, then grades 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5th graders go last. And they're all serviced right here through a state-of-the-art kitchen center.
And you're saying lunch and dinner?
Yes, lunch and dinner. So we have, before school starts, we offer breakfast to any child that wants to come in and have breakfast. During the day, we serve lunch to our students, and then if you're in the after-school program, which starts right after school and goes to 5:30, at 5 o'clock we serve dinner. And all these meals are free to all students within the district. We don't charge for any meals for any of our students. There's no qualifying or anything like that. You automatically get free meals when you're here as a student. We just want to make sure that all of our kids have warm meals whenever we can make them available to them. And it's something that, whatever your income status is, parents really appreciate, because we can spend more quality time with their children. Rather than the typical hecticness of after school, trying to get homework done, making dinner, getting them in their bath, getting them ready for bed. Well, we try to take some of that hassle away by making sure our after school program completes all their homework with all the students in the after school program. Right after that, they get to play in the yard or do some enrichment program, arts and crafts, and things like that. And then they are served dinner. So when mom or dad picks them up or when the bus drops them off, all they have to do is spend some quality time with their kids, and they don't have to worry about some of the day-to-day operations with their children.
That's really helpful to young families. And now during the holidays, you continued serving breakfast and lunch.
Yeah, so what we do is we have a program whenever we're on holiday, because there are families within our community that have the need. What we do is we keep 2 of our kitchens open, one on the eastern side of the community, one on the western side of the community, and we serve breakfast and lunch to the community, as well as give lunches to go so that they can have the meals later in the day. So we do try to serve 3 meals, but because of just the flow of traffic, we found it better to have the 3rd meal a to-go meal that we give those who come at lunch, and then they can take that home to their families. And we do it through all our holidays. We do Thanksgiving dinners and Christmas dinners also, as well as Easter dinner. So it's something that we do through the summer, and anytime we're on break, our kitchens literally never close down.
And you have a good participation in that program.
We really do. We do have a good participation in the program, and we not only have one of the nicest things I think as superintendent is not only do we have a need in the community, and the need is being filled, and we have good participation of people coming and using, but our staff continually volunteers to help out during the holidays so that the kitchen staff that normally works can go home. I have administrators and staff, teachers, that went and got their food service certifications so that they can come and serve these Christmas and holiday meals, and allow our staff that works throughout the year in the kitchen to go home to their families, and actually take their place. So it's really something where it not only brings the community together, but it brings the community of our school together, and it's something we're very, very proud of.
And I think I read in the Rosamond News that the leftovers, the scraps, are donated to food programs in the churches. And
that's correct. So at the end of each day, we have a van that circles all of our schools and all of our sites, collects all the extra food that's there, extra, fruits, vegetables, anything that would spoil over a period of time. That's all collected, and we take it up to the Wayside Chapel, which has a food pantry, and then they use that throughout the evening for families in the community as well as for the weekend.
Very commendable.
Yeah, we really are glad we can serve the community in that way.
Sure.
Have had to, these children who have gone to Rosamond Elementary School most of their lives have had to wait for the new school to be built.
Yeah.
They were at the old school and all they saw was construction. And
Yeah.
they see the field going, they see the basketball courts going, and they see the play structures going in, and they would just have to wait until the new school opened. And we felt bad because they all wanted to come over to the new school and play at the new school and do things at the new school. We're saying, no, it's not done yet, and now they're finally able to do that. So when we come over here and I get to see the kids playing on the field and playing basketball or on the play structures, it's really fun to watch because I know how long they've been waiting to come over here.
Have they been allowed to go on the turf yet?
Yeah, actually right before the rains came, which was just a couple weeks ago, we
Right.
did allow them on the turf when they first got back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we noticed that there's some bare patches on the turf, and so the turf that was installed has been reseeded, and we've closed it down for 30 days, and it will reopen at the beginning of February.
Okay.
That's all the power, to have the keys. You gotta
Yeah, the magic key opened the lock.
And see what door number 1 has in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you.
So we're currently in a 5th grade classroom. As you can see, the 5th grade classrooms are set up in little work groups, but it is a classroom that has a sister classroom right next door. The middle walls are able to open up so we can have dual teaching, as well as larger classroom sizes when we have guest speakers and things like that coming in. In each classroom, as you can see on the front of the classroom, we have state-of-the-art technology with throw-down projectors. We have interactive whiteboards, and it's all controlled by the teacher's desk. So they don't have to leave their desk, or they can stand and they actually can control it from their laptops, iPads, or they actually have little control devices where they can control everything. In addition to that, they have modules that they can wear around their neck so that they can actually integrate into the speaker system. So when they're using a larger classroom, or when they want to, make sure that all the kids are hearing them, they can turn on their modules and the entire classroom can hear. What's really unique about some of these classrooms, if you'll notice the ceiling is pitched to give a little bit more volume here, and also everything is soundproofed. So if something's going on outside, they really don't hear it. So we're really excited about the new classrooms, and we've also designed so that the furniture can be moved in any way that the teacher would like it. They can set up their classrooms in any different way.
And again, the class size is 24, 25, or is it more?
Once you get into 4th and 5th grade, it goes up to 26.
Okay.
But again, that's, if you really compare it to most elementary schools, it's literally 3 or 4 students less than what most elementary schools. We have a very good relationship with our teachers, and the teachers have made a very important point that they believe smaller class sizes gives for better individual attention to students, and these kids learn more. And so our Board of Education and myself and our administrators all have really buckled down to try to give them the smallest class possible.
So there's a lead teacher and then assistants, I would presume.
Each classroom has a certificated teacher, obviously, but we also provide with what we call paraeducators. These are non-certificated teachers that assist in the smaller work groups under the direction of the teacher. Every grade level at our elementary schools have 2 or 3 paraeducators that rotate between classes where they're needed. In addition, we have librarians coming to each class with portable carts of books, as well as we have an online bookstore that children can order from their phones, they can order from their laptops. Now in our elementary schools, K through 2, every child gets an iPad. 3 through 5, every child gets a Chromebook. So we provide them with all the technology to access anything that they need.
They can get any book they want from that library.
Correct. So what we do is we have preferred reading lists that are suggested to parents, and parents can log in and check out books for their children. And it's just like going to any library, except you can do it from your home. You can do it while you're on vacation. You can do it anywhere you want. Every child is given their own private login number, and they can log in with their parents, and the parents and them can choose a book that they want their child to read, and then they can use it for book reports, or sometimes it's books assigned by the teacher. So, or it's just books that the child really wants to read, and so we try to give them access not only to actual hardcover books so they can touch and feel, but we try to give them an entire library online.
And I read that library is voluminous.
Yes. It can, as books are popular, or as teachers find that certain books are something they really see that children like, we continually increase the number of books that we have, the number of those particular books. So perhaps the entire fifth grade wants to read a certain book. So we made sure we have enough copies of it online so that the entire fifth grade could have that one book.
Sure.
So, because there's certain classics that we really would like to see all the kids get to read. And there are teachers because mostly they love education and reading, and I do too. So it's something that we want to make sure that whenever a child is in the mood to read, that they don't go to the library and see that, oh, that book's not there. We want it to be there. We want it to be there and at all times. So we're very proud of that also.
And on their own personal iPhones or personal home computer, they can log into it there as well.
Correct. So it's a website that they can go to, and they do have their own ID number and password.
Sure.
So, and it's something that's shared with their parents. So if the child ever doesn't know it, the parents, have it. And so whatever device you are comfortable with, you can use it. So most of the children use the devices that we give, but I've seen 5th graders and 4th graders walking around school, and I see them on their phone, and I ask them what they're doing, and they'll show me that they're actually reading their book assignment on their phone, because the new generations, that the technology is what it's all about, and they're very comfortable doing that. So
convenient.
Yeah, it's very convenient. And I think that's part of it. You want to make it so that education is at their fingertips, whatever they want. And something technology has done is given us information at our fingertips. And we want to make sure that all the kids are comfortable using technology in getting that information. Technology never replaces a great teacher, but it definitely helps the students and the teacher get through the educational process. So, our teachers are all trained on the technology also. We give continual training all the time to our teachers on technology, new ways of using technology to integrate to their lesson plans. But again, the most important thing in the classroom is the teacher, but the technology is a tool they can use, and we're very proud to give them that tool.
And you have brought into the district a person that knows the technology, and Mr. Wexler. He's on top of it, and he has a gleam in his eye. He likes it.
He loves it. And one of the things that we were looking for with our director of technology and information systems was not only somebody who was an expert in technology and information systems, but also was an expert in education.
Yeah.
So before Mr. Wexler became the guru of technology and information systems, he was actually a teacher, a math teacher, and then he became an administrator at a private school, a vice principal, and then he went into computers and technology. So one of the great things is when he works with teachers, he has been in front of a classroom. He has done lesson plans, and so when they ask questions about technology, he understands what they want to use it for, and he can relate to the teachers, and the teachers can relate to him, which gives a great relationship and they can explain their needs, and Mr. Wexler can really understand that, and then he's able with his team, and he has a team of IT. We have an assigned IT person at every single site to take care of the technology at that site, and him and his team can come in and give the teachers whatever they want.
Gee, that's fantastic. And the kids, I'll bet, learn it like sponge soaking up water.
Oh, yeah. The least of our problems is having the kids learn the technology. They pick it up incredibly quickly.
Gee, again, very, very good. How do you like teaching in a classroom like this?
Well, I came into teaching late in life, so this is my dream job. And I have everything I need right here. And I just add more to it because it's always a little chaotic. I'm not very neat and trim priority piles. I just kind of sprawl. So I love it. It's wonderful. I have air conditioning that goes down past 75. I'm very happy.
And the technology doesn't get in your way, teaching the kids.
No, and I'm an old school, so I'm not huge, and the kids, 4th grade, got to take home the Chromebooks today. And I fought that last year, and I was wrong. It's one of the best things that ever happened.
How so?
Because they start doing any writing assignments, spelling, or language arts, reading, or papers. They do it all online, and I print it out here, so they're getting their keyboarding skills to come up, which when they get to state testing, they're not hunting and pecking, they're concentrating on the questions.
Oh, sure.
So it turned out I was very wrong, and it's the best thing that ever happened.
And the machines, they don't get broken or dropped?
No, nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
No, there's no guarantees. They sign all the waivers you want them to sign.
Sure.
But you have to, life is full of risk. You got to trust them to try.
True.
They have to learn responsibility. And I didn't have one last year that was a problem. Certain kids you end up taking away because they don't remain trustworthy or they're not doing their work because they're playing. But it's limited what they can do with them. Yeah. And it's the best thing that it's wonderful.
And if you had a magic wand, is there anything else you would add or subtract?
Well, you're also looking at the PTA president. And so, yeah, I just keep trying to get more grants to take the pressure off of them so we can just I also do the after-school enrichment classes. And we just want to keep adding them to bring to these kids all the things they're not exposed to.
Sure.
So we're constantly adding. We're
Sure.
even adding a criminal investigation class where there's going to be a crime and they have to figure it out without computers.
How
to
exciting.
solve and think analytically. And we have professionals coming in, which is actually something I have to talk to Mr. Weinstein about, because we have a different professional coming every week to talk to the kids about opportunities in a million different fields from now till the end of school.
They invited the Rosamond News to come.
We had Rosamond News here. We've had it before, and then
Yes.
I also do a Gold Rush reenactment camp
Yes.
in May for the 4th grade as part of our social studies.
Sure.
And we had the news here, and we have the parents are involved. The kids come dressed as miners, and they experience life in a mining camp.
One last question.
Sure.
The parents, do you let the parents become involved?
As much as we can. Parents have to be.
And are they?
As much as they can. You have a lot of parents who can't pass background checks
Right.
and can't get approved. The ones that can, the PTA will actually reimburse them for that. So I'm telling them that. So it's not like other areas because of the socioeconomic conditions we deal with. Parents can be as involved as we'll let them.
And as a community, do you find
It's
Rosamond
getting
parents
better
are?
yes.
Yeah.
And the more we do, the PTA's gotten very active. Our after-school enrichment classes have welcome. The whole community is growing around everything we do.
Yeah.
And getting more involved.
Thanks so much for your time.
My pleasure.
And best wishes with everything you're doing.
Thank you very much.
So this is a teacher's lounge work area.
Yeah, so one of the philosophies we did when we built these buildings for the classrooms was we were going to have 8 classrooms in one building, and the center of all those classrooms was going to be the offices of the teachers. So often we expect teachers to only be able to work in their classroom and really not have a place to go during their breaks and to do work or after school, their own little office space. And really in most elementary schools, it really isn't designed for that. But you know, teaching's changing, technology's changing, the needs are changing. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to make sure that the buildings became teacher-centric, that we gave the teachers a type of place where they felt, wow, this is my space, this is my office. So here we come together, we have 8 classrooms coming together in one area. In this area we have the teacher's lounge. They have their own kitchen with a coffee maker, microwave, refrigerator. They have their own set of bathrooms. And what we're most proud of is if you go through this archway here, this is a workroom
Oh, boy.
Solely designed for storage and
Yeah.
work of the teachers. It has, they have center islands where they can work together and actually have meetings and stuff. They have plenty of storage all the way around. It can be accessed internally from their classrooms or externally with their keys.
Yeah.
And so this is their space. So 8 teachers for this large space. And what it does is it gives them ownership of the areas, and it really allows them to feel like, you know, when they have to work extra and they have to work hard, and teachers work incredibly hard, put in a lot of hours, this is their space they can retreat to. This is their space where they can have meetings. This is their space where they can do what they need to do in between classes or after school or before school. And we really wanted to give this space. You know, space in downtown LA or in big cities, every square foot is crucial. And even though every square foot is important here, we had the land. So we decided to expand the size of our buildings and allow them to have their own space in every building. So in every building here, they have this size office and lounge area for every 8 teachers. And that's something that we're very proud we're able to give the teachers. We're really happy that the teachers enjoy that space and they're making great use of it.
Well, I should say, I know the little bit of teaching I did that you want to give your best to your students.
Absolutely.
And these teachers, I know these professionals are exactly the same way. They want to make things ahead of schedule, and they want to have everything organized.
Absolutely, and they work incredibly hard, and they're very, very dedicated, and they deserve this type of area.
Sure.
And it's something that, you know, a lot of times we're not able to give them. But if you're building your dream school from scratch, it's something that we really wanted to offer them in the school. We had the land, we had the funds, and we thought, you know, how can we let our teachers know every day that they're an important part of our system here? And the way to do that is to show them every day when they come in, they have their offices. And it's something that I just think I'm very happy we're able to do it. We've had other schools from all around Southern California come and visit the school while it's being built. And literally, I'm hoping that this blueprint gets put in a lot of different schools in California, because I think it's a really great blueprint to remind the teachers every day that without them, you know, we wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, true enough, true enough. And so you probably don't have too much problem of attracting teachers.
You know what? Once they get here, no. The only time that we have attracting teachers is really when we have to go outside the local area and try to attract teachers from outside, you know, Antelope Valley or Bakersfield or Kern County. You know, they're unfamiliar with the area. So what we actually do is we have what we call orientation weekends. So what we do is we advertise for teachers, and we have all the teachers that may be interested in applying for a job all come down on a Saturday. And we have them tour the actual district itself, tour the district offices, come to the school that they may be working at, meet their principal, and see what we have to offer here so that we can show them how important teachers are to us.
One of the new teachers at Rosamond High School pulled me aside and said, "I've seen every one of your YouTubes about Rosamond and the district. And because of that, I moved from Massachusetts out to Rosamond, California to teach." And I was flabbergasted.
You know, and it is something that I think, and one of the reasons we're doing this video, what we really want to do is we want to give new families the ability to tour the school through YouTube with our partners, the Rosamond News, and show them what our schools are like, so that when they do move into the area, they don't have to sit on pins and needles for the first day of school. They can see what it's like, they can hear the teachers talk, they can get a sense of the community, they can get a sense of really what we're all about, and start really feeling comfortable of the fact that Rosamond is a great place to live, a great place to educate your children, a great place to raise your kids. And it's something that we really want to make sure our schools reflect the warmness and the home of our community.
And how many more students can you put into this school?
We have room for about another 100.
You're almost maxed out.
We are almost maxed out, and we expect this school to be maxed out. We're going to be breaking ground on a 3rd elementary school probably sometime in October.
It'll be good.
Yes, it's going to be needed. It's going to be needed. teachers. The teachers at the old school and our administrators on our board, and every single time they came through, they kept coming to this quad right here, and they would say, it's a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. It's a lot bigger for an elementary school than I thought it was going to be. And it's really funny because it is, and it's something that we really wanted to reflect in the center, that this is a place during the best weather. Kids can congregate, they can be under our awnings and actually have outdoor classes. They could do activities here in the center quads with their teachers. I mean, Rosamond has great weather. Why not take advantage of it? And, you know, the classroom, we learn, we educate from morning till night, whether we realize it or not. So why not start educating them outside as well as inside? It's great for kids to get outside. It piques their interest, and it's something that we're actually really proud that we were able to give this type of space in the center of the school for activities.
Reminds me a little bit of the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs.
Oh, wow.
All the buildings are surrounding, of course, a huge quad.
Yes.
But you get the same feeling.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. I want them to, you know, to emulate a huge quad that you might see at a college, at a large high school, and you know, it gives them a sense of community. When the bell rings, they all come out together in the center of the quad, see their fellow students, you know, and conduct activities. So it's great.
Not that.
So to get in the front door, a parent has to buzz, and then
they're videoed, they're on camera, they're buzzed in by the front office desk, and then they're checked in at the desk. Excuse me. They're given a visitor's badge, and then they can go to the campus.
And the whole campus is enclosed with I saw
campuses can close,
fence.
lock down fence, and we have security, campus safety officers throughout the campus. At any time there's kids on, we have campus safety officers there. You know, monitoring all the gates, making sure that who's on campus is supposed to be.
Sure. So now the dust up last year about concealed weapons. Parents carrying concealed weapons.
So the law last year was that if you wanted to, if you had a concealed weapons permit, you would apply to the superintendent or to the Board of Education and ask permission for you to be able to carry your weapon while you're on a school campus.
Yes.
The law has currently changed. As of January 1st, 2018, the state does not allow anybody but law enforcement officers to carry weapons, whether you have a license or not, carry weapons on a school ground. So they took the power away from the superintendent and the Board of Education to make that decision, and they just made it the law that you can't do that.
I see. So that's good.
Oh,
So Mr. Torres, what's it like to be principal of this beautiful brand new school?
it's amazing. This is a dream that was conceived a couple of years ago that finally come to fruition. This is a beautiful state-of-the-art school. The teachers are excited to have all access to all this great technology. Just the more space and just all the other things that come along that are helping us make life a little bit easier. Last couple of years, the sacrifice of being in cramped quarters has paid off. We have all this room, all this space, and we're just dying to get on that field.
And the parents, how do the parents receive the school?
Oh, the parents think it is the most beautiful school they've ever seen. They love it. They come in, they bring family members. About a week and a half ago, some family came out, I think from back east, and the family brought them to, and they said, hey, is it okay if we just kind of just show them the cafeteria and show them, where their grandchild's classroom was? We took them out. We gave them the tour, and they were awestruck. They said that this place was huge. I think the thing that impressed them most is that we weren't under 6 feet of snow. So they were very excited about everything.
Right, California weather is hard to beat.
And high desert as well.
That's right, that's right. And you're going to put another kindergarten building over there, and
yes, we're going to.
And you're almost maxed out here. You've room for not too many more kids.
No, we're looking forward to the 4 extra classrooms. Right now, I have 3 kindergarten classrooms spread out amongst the campus. I'm looking forward to bringing them back over here. And we're pretty much maxed out between Rising Stars, our preschool program, and RES. We are at enrolled 1,069 as of 8 o'clock this morning.
Oh my God.
I haven't had a chance to check to see if we enrolled anybody else, but I'm hoping we kind of stay under 1,100.
And you say the teachers like it. They like the facility. They like the technology, the help that you've provided them.
Oh, the teachers love the facility. One of the biggest advantages, one of the biggest things that they love is if you have a chance to see the school, they have that folding wall in the middle.
Yeah.
It gives them the option to have 2 separate classrooms to do individual teaching, and then they can open up the wall and they can team teach. They can break out into more groups.
Yeah.
So they can service more kids.
Sure.
The workrooms in the middle is a godsend. You know, before you'd have to go from one end to the other end to use a Xerox machine or to have a grade level meeting.
Yeah.
With each individual building having its own workroom, having its own lunchroom.
Yeah.
Teachers have the ability just to stay put and get
Yeah.
more things done. We're still, looking forward to another copier machine being delivered and some additional supplies. But it's coming together.
Yeah, and the kids. Now, as a professional educator,
Yes, sir.
the kids that you graduate and send on to hither and yon, how well prepared do you think they are?
They're very well prepared.
You have a lot of extracurricular activities at this school also.
We do. One of the things that we noticed when we first got here is that Rosamond has very few things for our younger kids to do. If you don't play sports at the high school or play sports at the middle school, you're basically subjected to AYSO or Little League. What we wanted to do, and with the help of Tanya Long, who's my after-school coordinator, was to develop an after-school enrichment program.
Yeah.
It's great to have an after-school program to help out our working parents with
Sure.
some homework assistance, but in my opinion, it was like glorified babysitting after you get done with the homework. So with the enrichment program, we offer music, choir, art, junkyard robotics, computer programming, gardening. Our farm, we're anxiously just waiting for the last the debris to be removed, the ground to be leveled off, and then we can start putting in our irrigation system. We're very excited. We are going to, in our farm, have a small area for a calf. We worked out a deal with one of the local dairy farmers. We're going to raise the calf, and when she's full grown, he takes her back and she becomes a producing member of his farm.
Yeah.
And then he gives us another calf in the spring, and we get to raise that one, so the kids have an opportunity to actually see how a calf, from
Sure.
baby all the way up to adulthood
Sure.
is developed, and they learn all of that. The chicken coops are going to come back. We're thinking maybe we're going to add maybe some sheep or goats, and then a small pond, so the kids also have an opportunity to learn that ecosystem firsthand.
Sure.
So that farm is going to be going in, and that's just some of the offerings that we have. We formed some partnership. I believe NASA's going to send us a couple of astronauts and a couple of engineers for just some career planning.
Sure.
Our kids are really excited about a lot of things they do with robotics. We'd like them to point them in the direction of also the space program, aeronautics, to open that up as well. The Air Force is excited. They're going to be coming over and speaking to us as well. So that, that's another option for our kids as well. They can become engineers, learn about plane designs and whatever. Our biggest goal, our biggest dream is that we prepare our kids a little bit better every year. Then we make it easier for Mr. Adams at Tropico, and then Mr. Roney at the high school has the best prepared kids where he's not doing a lot of backfilling. He's just hitting the ground running and making my kids even better.
Good. Well, it must be exciting to be a professional educator and be in a situation like this.
It's living the dream.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, sir.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, so give me your name, please.
My name is Hobie Fly.
And you're the parent of...
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Elijah.
Elijah. And how does Dad and son like this school?
We like it a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
This is also, this one belongs to me also.
Oh, really? And who's this?
Hobie Fly.
Well, how do you guys like the school?
Good.
Good?
Good.
That's good. And are you from Rosamond, or did you move here? Or?
I moved here 3 years ago
From
from Lancaster.
Oh, not too far away.
Not too far, no.
Not back east or something?
No.
Uh-huh.
Nothing drastic, but yeah, it was a good move. I like it.
So overall, you feel the facility is doing what it should with kids?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, that's good. We wanted to do a walkthrough of the whole building, put it up on YouTube so parents moving into the area could see what the school is like before they get here.
Yes, I'm very happy with the school.
Good, good,
They've actually been very amazing.
good. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
What's your favorite class?
PLTW, Project Lead the Way, Science.
Science. Ah. And what do you do in science class?
We build stuff.
Like?
Well, we do experiments.
Experiments on?
We predict. Like, we do, is it easier to do something or is it easier to do something doing something? Like, is it easier to sing while doing jumping jacks or sing while just singing?
YouTube famous.
Wow, wow. Good luck with it. And how about you? What's your favorite?
My favorite class is the same as his.
Same as his? Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the thing I like in PLTW is because we make like airplanes and try to see how, and we put clips on them to see how far they could go.
Sure, how far they could fly and stuff like that.
And she puts measure tapes on the floor to see how
Yeah,
they fly, and then you write it down.
yeah. And that's what those guys a few miles away at Edwards are doing all the time with real planes. And you'll probably be doing that someday. Thanks very much for telling me.